Have you ever stopped to wonder if that deep, heavy sigh your dog lets out before falling asleep is actually a secret message meant only for you? It's a moment we all love, but most of us are completely missing the point. It isn't just about a soft pillow or a warm spot. It's an ancient, silent conversation, and you'll want to stay until the very end because our final point is honestly heart-wrenching, and it's something every dog owner eventually has to face. 1. The myth of the human radiator. We've all heard the simple explanation, your dog just wants your body heat. And sure, on a cold winter night, a human-shaped heater is a nice perk. But if you really think about it, your dog already has a permanent fur coat. They have rugs, blankets, and probably an expensive plush bed that they currently use as a place to hide their squeaky toys. If it was just about the temperature, they would be perfectly happy curled up in a sunny patch on the carpet or near a vent. So why do they choose you? Because for a dog, sleep isn't just rest, it's the most dangerous part of their entire day. In the wild, when the eyes are closed and the senses are dimmed, that's when predators move in. By jumping onto your bed, your dog is making a massive emotional choice. They are saying, I trust you with my life. They are choosing you as their sanctuary. When they walk past every quiet, comfortable corner of the house just to squeeze onto that tiny sliver of space at the edge of your duvet, they are declaring you the guardian of the den. It's the ultimate surrender. They aren't just getting warm, they are finally feeling safe enough to let their guard down and truly drift away. 2. The invisible family uniform. Have you ever watched your dog's little bedtime ritual? They might circle 3 times, dig at the blankets for a second, and then press their nose or their neck right into your favorite pillow. It looks like they're just trying to get comfortable, but they are actually doing something much more beautiful and primitive. Dogs have tiny scent glands around their face that carry their unique identity. When they rub against your bed, they are weaving their scent into yours. In their world, this creates a group scent. Think of it as an invisible family uniform that only they can smell. To your dog, if the bed smells like both of you, the pack is whole. It's their version of saying, we belong together. This is also why they might get a bit anxious or sniff you intensely when you come home from a long day smelling like the outside world. To them, you smell wrong. You've lost the family signature. So that nightly cuddle, that's them resetting the bond. They are literally wrapping you back into the family scent, making sure that when they close their eyes, they know exactly who they belong to. They are making sure you are home. 3. The silent night shift. Even the most pampered, spoiled house dog still has a job in their head, and where they choose to sleep on the bed tells you exactly what role they've assigned themselves for the night. You might think they're just being random, but it's actually a tactical decision. Sleeping at your feet. A lot of people feel a little sad when their dog stays way down at the end of the bed, far away from their face. But in dog language, this is the most respected position. It's the sentry post. Your dog is standing guard between you and the door. They've taken the night shift, staying alert to every floorboard creak or distant sound that your human ears would never catch. They are your first line of defense. Pressed against your back, this is the blind spot pact. In nature, the back is the most vulnerable area because you can't see an attack coming. By leaning their full weight against you, your dog is literally saying, I've got your back. They trust that while they watch one side of the room, you are watching the other. Near your head, this is about pure, raw intimacy. They want to be close enough to hear your heart and monitor your breathing. They aren't just sleeping, they are keeping a pulse on their favorite person in the world. 4. The secret language of cuddles. Every weird, awkward, and funny position your dog sleeps in is actually a different sentence in their silent language. The belly-up surprise. When your dog is flat on their back, paws in the air, looking absolutely ridiculous, that is the highest honor you can receive as an owner. In the animal kingdom, the belly is where all the vital organs are. No wild animal would ever sleep like this because it's far too risky. If your dog does this next to you, it means fear doesn't exist for them in your house. They've completely turned off their survival instincts because they know you have everything under control. The donut. This is the ancient wild pose. It's cozy and it preserves body heat. but it's also a bit guarded. If your dog always sleeps like this, they might just be a bit more of a soul searcher, someone who likes to feel enveloped and tucked away from the world. It's their way of feeling like they're back in a safe, small den. The physical anchor. You know those dogs who must have one paw touching you at all times, even if they're sleeping on the floor next to the bed? That's their early warning system. They want to make sure that if you move even an inch, they'll know. They never want to be left behind, not even in their dreams. 5. The shared heartbeat. This is the part that truly shows how deep the connection goes. Did you know that when you and your dog are deeply bonded, your bodies actually start to sync up while you sleep? It's not just a feeling, it's a biological reality. Researchers have found that a dog's heart rate and breathing can actually mirror their owners during the night. They aren't just lying next to you, they are physically tuning themselves to your rhythm, becoming one with your rest. But think about the sacrifice they're making to do this. Naturally, dogs aren't one-and-done sleepers like we are. They are wired to wake up, patrol, and move around dozens of times throughout the night. Their internal clock is totally different from ours, but your dog, they suppress every single instinct they have to be active in the dark just so they can match your 8-hour schedule. They literally rewrite their own nature every single night just to spend more time existing in your world. It's a quiet, invisible act of devotion that we often take for granted because we're too busy dreaming to see the effort they're putting in. 6. The furry emotional sponge. Dogs are like emotional sponges. They are incredibly tuned into the invisible vibe of our bodies, even when we think we're hiding it. While you're asleep, your body releases different scents and pheromones based on how you're feeling. If you've had a traumatic day or you're stressed about work, your dog smells the stress chemicals in your breath and on your skin. If you notice your dog being extra clingy, or if they insist on laying their heavy head directly on your chest when you're feeling anxious, they aren't just being needy. They are performing what experts call deep pressure therapy. They are using their own body heat and the physical weight of their soul to help ground your nervous system. They are acting as a living, breathing, emotional stabilizer, trying to pull the stress out of your body and replace it with the steady, grounding rhythm of their own heart. They are the only therapists who work the night shift for free just because they love you more than they love their own comfort. 7. The empty spot. And this brings us to the most important message of all, the one I mentioned at the very beginning. Dogs are absolute masters of routine. Their whole lives are built on the expected. If your dog has spent years sleeping by your side and suddenly starts choosing the cold kitchen floor, a dark closet, or a different room, please don't ignore it, and definitely don't take it personally. In the world of dogs, pulling away like that is often a silent cry for help. For older dogs, it usually means they are in physical pain. A soft bed that used to be cozy can suddenly feel unstable and painful for joints that are suffering from arthritis. Or it could be a sign that they're running a fever or feeling a weird internal discomfort that they simply can't explain to you. Since they don't have words to tell you where it hurts, they use their location to signal that something is off. They aren't distancing themselves because they love you less. They are struggling with their own bodies, and they are waiting for you to notice. It's the hardest part of the conversation, but it's the one where they need you to listen the most. Every night, when the lights go out and your dog climbs up onto that mattress, they are reaffirming a bond that is older than the cities we live in. They aren't just taking up space or stealing the blankets. They are promising to be your shadow, your protector, and your constant. That heavy huff of air they exhale as they finally close their eyes, that's the sound of a creature who has finally found their home in the universe. So next time you feel a cold nose or a heavy paw in the middle of the night, don't just move over. Take a deep breath, feel their heartbeat, and remember, you aren't just sharing a bed, you are sharing a life. And to them, there is no greater honor in the whole world than being right there next to you.